But you know what? I guess what Trump calls her isn't as important as figuring out what she is.
After Sheila Jackson Lee died, she called her a ghetto bitch. Kamala Harris wins, the White House will smell like curry. So another racist attack. She's also tweeted about Kamala Harris, calling her a stupid, brain-dead, lying bitch.
Ever wonder what happens when a far-right conspiracy theorist denies an affair with Trump? Jon Stewart's got the answer, and it's wilder than you think. From racist remarks to social media meltdowns, Laura Loomer's Trump denial is like a train wreck you can't look away from. And Stewart, he's the conductor of this Comedy Express, serving up roasts hotter than a MAGA rally in July.
The great Laura Loomer. Some of you know Laura. She's a fantastic person, great woman. Laura, how are you? You look so beautiful, as always. A fantastic woman, a true patriot, Laura Loomer. This woman is amazing. Laura Loomer. Where is she?
Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. But picture this, a 9/11 truther showing up at a 9/11 ceremony. Weird, right? Well, that's Laura Loomer for you, folks. This far-right conspiracy peddler recently popped up at Trump's side. And boy, does she have a resume that'll make your head spin. Loomer's got a history as spicy as Trump's taco bowls. She's been banned from more social media platforms than your average teenager. And for good reason. This lady once chained herself to Twitter's headquarters because they kicked her off. Talk about commitment to the crazy cause.
Green wrote, "This is appalling and extremely racist. It does not represent who we are as Republicans or MAGA. This does not represent President Trump. This type of behavior should not be tolerated ever."
And it was Marjorie Taylor Greene who planted this hit piece story about me with the major news networks like CNN and MSNBC, and they're trying to glorify her. They're calling me a racist. At the same time, racism from Marjorie Taylor Greene, who reportedly said to Harrison Floyd, or told one of these consultants that was advising him, "You better let him know that an N-word can't win in Georgia 14.
But here's where it gets really rich. Loomer, who spread more 9/11 conspiracy theories than a late-night radio show, had the nerve to show up at a 9/11 event with Trump. It's like inviting a vegetarian to judge a barbecue contest. It just doesn't add up. Loomer's social media posts are a goldmine of nonsense. She's called Muslims savages and suggested that school shooting survivors were crisis actors. It's like she's playing conspiracy bingo and trying to fill every square. In the Grand MAGA circus, Loomer's the acrobat swinging from one outrageous claim to another. She fits right in with the clown car of characters surrounding Trump. It's a three-ring spectacle of absurdity, and Loomer's center stage, juggling alternative facts like they're on fire. Now, enter Jon Stewart, sharpening his comedy knives. You can almost hear him cracking his knuckles, ready to serve up a roast hotter than Mar-a-Lago's kitchen.
Marjorie Taylor Greene also has a track record of incendiary and racist rhetoric.
The most mistreated group of people in the United States today are white males. But that doesn't make me a racist because I say leave the statue up there.
Stewart's known for skewering political hypocrisy, and Loomer's served herself up on a silver platter. Stewart kicks off with a zinger. Loomer at a 9/11 event is like having Alex Jones host a Sandy Hook memorial. It's not just tasteless, it's a full-on assault on reality. Ouch! That's gotta sting more than Loomer's Twitter withdrawal. As we dive deeper into this political circus, remember, in Trump's world, the elephants aren't just in the GOP logo, they're stomping all over common sense. And Stewart? He's the ringmaster we didn't know we needed, ready to call out every clown in this absurd show.
I helped him raise over $300,000. Marjorie Taylor Greene has no room to call anyone a racist or talk about what the MAGA community stands for when she refers to me as an N-word in private. Laura Loomer was one of the first people to notice that I was the only co-defendant that didn't come out of Fulton County Jail and called a flight risk for no reason. She personally reached out to my wife for support and helped raise awareness for my defense fund. She has never publicly supported me and tried to save her own skin. Our country has many serious issues, yet anytime Marjorie is in the spotlight, it's always an issue issue of race or racism.
Just when you thought the MAGA circus couldn't get any wilder, Jon Stewart steps into the center ring. The master of political satire has his comedy gloves on, and he's ready to deliver a roast that'll make your grandma's holiday turkey look undercooked. Stewart, known for his sharp wit and no-holds-barred takedowns, isn't just frustrated with Trump's inner circle. He's reaching for the comedy defibrillator to shock some sense into this political circus. And boy, does Laura Loomer provide the perfect target. Stewart starts by pointing out that Loomer's social media posts read like nursery rhymes written by a conspiracy theorist on a sugar high. Mary had a little lamb, its fleece was white as snow, and everywhere that Mary went, the deep state was sure to go. It's like Dr. Seuss went off the deep end and started writing MAGA fanfiction. But Stewart doesn't stop there. He digs into Loomer's history of racist remarks, including her charming comments about Sheila Jackson Lee and Kamala Harris. It's like she's trying to win the most offensive person in Trump's orbit award. And that's saying something when Marjorie Taylor Greene is in the running. Speaking of Greene, Stewart points out the irony that even she has criticized Loomer for being too racist. It's like finding out that the Joker thinks the Riddler's jokes are in poor taste. There's apparently a bizarro hierarchy of offensiveness in MAGA land, and Loomer's gunning for the top spot. When Loomer tried to brush off her racist comments as just jokes, Stewart wasn't having it. Nice try, but racism isn't funny, he quipped. It's like saying your dad jokes are actually profound philosophical statements. Nobody's buying it, Laura.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, instead of actually doing her job, she's the congresswoman for Georgia. On Friday, we saw that Fani Willis, who also is jumping in on the attacks on me because I confronted Fani Willis, everybody said it was a conspiracy theory because everything's a conspiracy theory, you guys. Who was with Fani Willis when we confronted her in Miami, Florida, back in April? Her boyfriend, Nathan Wade, right? Nathan Wade. And oh my God, this bigger Laura Loomer, she's so bad, she's so evil, she's such a conspiracy theorist, she's so racist. Oh.
As Stewart's roast reaches its crescendo, he delivers the knockout blow. He compares the whole Trump-Loomer spectacle to a clown car crash in slow motion. It's entertaining, sure, but it's also kind of terrifying when you remember these clowns are trying to run the country. In the end, Stewart leaves us with a sobering thought. This isn't just a comedy show, it's the state of American politics. And while we're laughing, we should also be a little worried, because in this MAGA circus, the clowns aren't just in the ring, they're running for office. So there you have it, folks. Laura Loomer's wild ride through Trump's MAGA circus, with Jon Stewart as our trusty ringmaster. It's like watching a clown car crash in slow motion, but instead of squeaky red noses, we've got conspiracy theories flying everywhere. Stewart's roast wasn't just funny, it was a wake-up call. When the political stage starts looking more like a three-ring circus than a democracy, we might want to reconsider who we're letting run the show. I mean, when Marjorie Taylor Greene thinks you're too extreme, it's probably time to rethink your life choices, right? In the end, this whole Loomer-Trump-Stewart saga is a perfect snapshot of our bonkers political landscape. It's entertaining, sure, but it's also a bit scary when you remember these folks are trying to run the country. As Stewart reminds us, we can't just laugh it off. We've got to stay sharp and call out the nonsense. And remember, in this MAGA circus, even the clowns are fighting for the spotlight. It's like a weird game of whack-a-mole where every time you knock down one bizarre claim, another pops up. So grab your popcorn, folks. This show's far from over.